Hey guys, welcome back to the Blissful Athlete. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Drita, former professional ice hockey player and now current functional strength coach, sports nutritionist, and ordained Nithyananda Yoga Acharya. In this video, I'm going to give you guys 7 tips on how to develop muscle and size. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a huge bonus tip that you have to hear. Now, for me, when I first started training, I had really no clue what I was doing. I was 15 and a half years old at the time, and my decision was to very much train and develop muscle. 1, for hockey, yeah, but 2, I wanted to get girls. I started to naturally work out my arms and my chest, and I really focused on those things, and I basically did this same exact workout day in and day out. I shouldn't say day in and day out, but every time I went to the gym, it was the same. And so I made this video for you. I don't want you to fall into the same issues that I did. Everything I've learned in my 15 plus years of training has all come down to this, and so I know you'll get a ton from this. Now, the first thing is you have to have a training program in place. And if you don't, then what's going to happen is you'll go to the gym and you'll just kind of randomly walk around. You'll pick up some weights and you'll just start curling them. Actually, in a recent video, there was a guy that I saw on my camera that he just picked up some weights and he just did some bicep stuff. You got to have a program in place, meaning you know what exercises, you know how many sets you're going to do, you know how many reps you're shooting for, that type of program in place. Also, you got to kind of have an understanding of, how many days a week are you going to be going to the gym. If you're going to go, 3 days a week, then that's fine. I wouldn't recommend anything less if you're trying to actually develop some strength. But if you're doing that 3 days a week, then are you going to do an upper or lower body split? Meaning, are you going to just work out the entire upper body one day, then the lower body the next day, then take a break and then repeat? Or are you going to try and mix things up and do a full body workout? If you're brand new to weight training, I don't recommend just focusing on chest one day and then just arms the next day and just legs. You want to really develop a broader range of strength, and especially make sure that your muscles are ready for it. If you're getting into the gym for the first time, you're just going to kill your chest to the point where you're not going to be able to lift the weights. You're going to need a ton of time to rest, and you're really going to just destroy your muscle. And so you want to make sure that the muscles are ready and prepared to actually be pushed to their limits. You kind of want to ease into things. Now, the second thing is you're going to want to focus on basic movements. You don't want to get into the gym and work on, dumbbell snatches or Olympic lifts. Anything that's going to really engage a lot of mobility and it's going to need good technique. You're going to want to steer clear of those at the very beginning. So focus on basic movements, and machines are a really easy way to do that, a good way to develop strength and keep your body safe. And that brings us to the third point, which is really focusing on form, because you're going to the gym to improve your health. You don't want to hurt yourself by having bad form or by choosing the wrong exercise and just not understanding proper technique. And so when you go to the gym, focus on plenty of reps. Don't go in there thinking, you want to bulk up all of a sudden and, do 4 or 5 reps. You want to keep the rep range nice and high so you can develop a good technique and good form, develop the muscle memory that's needed, and make sure that you're keeping the body safe in whatever movement you're doing. Now, when you're doing that as well, you want to make sure that you're really present and really aware, developing what's called the mind-muscle connection. And there's a lot of science behind this now showing the importance of being aware and infusing your awareness, your consciousness into your muscle. If you're doing a bicep curl, you're standing there and you're focusing on the bicep. Your awareness is there. You're not allowing the mind to wander and think about other things. Stay focused on the technique and what's happening within the muscle itself. I've already mentioned a lot about technique, and that's why it's so important to actually go and find somebody that can train you. If you don't think that you can afford it, then there's a ton of good people online on YouTube that know exactly what they're talking about. I'm going to start giving some more content on actual techniques as well, so you can follow me here to find out what type of exercises you could be doing and the proper techniques. But if you can afford, I highly recommend getting a personal coach, and not somebody that's necessarily there for every workout, but maybe your first 4 or 5 times in the gym. They can really set you off on the right foot and help you along your path and developing what it means to have proper technique and some of the basic movements, and get you started on some sort of program. And a coach can really help you with developing effective training methods, injury prevention, and also just give you an overall understanding of how to learn the basics of going to the gym and just how to carry yourself when you're in there. Maybe some gym etiquette or things like that you might be missing out on. And this brings us to point number 5, and that's progressively overloading your body each week. And so if you're out there and you're wanting to develop strength and muscle and size, then you have to understand that you have to get the body to work harder than it did the week previous. And this might mean that you add on just a few pounds in each exercise depending on how you're going along. But the resistance needs to be more than what the body previously handled, okay? So how the muscles are gonna grow in your body is, imagine this is your muscle. And what's going to happen is you're gonna go to the gym and it's slowly gonna get a little bit of tears, and you're gonna have this little gap grow, and these are gonna be like really fine micro tears within your body, okay? So let's say you did a chest day, you're gonna develop a ton of different points within the body, within the chest itself, that are gonna be micro tears. Now what's gonna happen is protein's gonna come in there and little building blocks, and it's gonna allow the muscle to build and reestablish itself, but this time it's gonna make sure that it's stronger than it was before. Then you're gonna go back to the gym again once that healing is done, and you're gonna work the chest again, and again the tears are gonna happen, and again you're gonna refuel the body, and then again the muscles are gonna build up stronger than they were before. This is the process that you're gonna continuously go through week in and week out. And so the progress might seem slow, but you're building the house slowly, brick by brick by brick. And because it's such incremental movements, that's why you really want to make sure that you're tracking your weights as you're going along. So don't just go to the gym and throw 150 pounds here, and then let's say 2 weeks later you can't quite remember how much weight you pushed in a certain exercise. If you log what you've done, then you know how many reps you got in, and you know kind of how to gauge what you want to do for the next set. Okay, so when you go to the gym, make sure that you're understanding, what did you do last time? How is your body feeling right now? Maybe you can push it and go a little bit further. And this brings us to point number 6, which is recovery. So when you go to the gym and you're gonna tear your muscles to shit, and you're gonna make them have to recover and rebuild themselves, then you need to give yourself time before you actually hit that muscle group again. So again, if you're going to the gym and you're working the chest, you tear it up, you need to let it rebuild itself. So don't go to the gym the very next day and work chest again because you're in this superhero mode and you feel like you want to just keep going. Now, understand, recovery is a process, and it usually takes around 48 hours for muscle protein synthesis to happen within the body. And that's basically a scientific way of saying, like, you need to refuel the body and allow it to make sure that it's strong again. So making sure that you provide the body with everything that it needs for this to happen. And that means one, proper sleep, enough recovery time also means enough nutrients getting to the body. Protein is obviously something that's important as well. Branched chain amino acids, which are basically the proteins that are necessary for you to actually build muscle. So meaning complete proteins. Having a basic understanding of caloric intake, the importance of consuming just as much calories or more calories if you're wanting to build muscle than you're burning. If you're wanting to lose weight, burning less calories than you actually are consuming. And so there's a lot of different understandings that you kind of need to have when it comes to making sure that you're recovering properly. Okay, and that basically means giving the body enough rest in between each time you're gonna go and exercise. Now, this doesn't also mean that you don't completely avoid it. Like if I did a ton of chest on day one, then there's nothing wrong with me doing, maybe a couple push-ups on the next day. That's completely okay to get the blood firing throughout the system. Just don't overdo it. Don't kill it. Don't act like you're trying to actually develop more strength or develop more size the very next day. And this brings us to tip number 7, which is developing will persistence. And I alluded to this earlier in that developing muscle, building size and strength is very much a small incremental process. That means you have to be willing to go in and day out with that intention and desire that, look, this might be a longer road than than I might expect. And so will persistence has to be there. Now, this means that each and every day when you get up and you feel sore and you don't feel like going to the gym, will persistence is in that moment saying, no, I'm still going to go. I'm still going to do something. When you get that type of mentality where you're not going to miss your days, you're not going to miss your reps on whatever given workout you have, that is what's necessary for you to actually achieve your vision and achieve your goal. Now, this brings us to the bonus tip that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and it is the understanding that this is not about you going and improving the physique of your body. Yes, that can be, a side benefit. But I'm telling you, you cannot go to the gym like I did when I was younger just to, get nice biceps and look cool and have the girls like me. Whatever you do, how you move your body, with whatever intention you move your body, that very intention is being stored within your muscles. Your muscles have the ability to store memory, and they store your intention within them. This is what yoga is all about, and this is very much a yogic practice. Building the body, allowing it to hold and radiate the highest possibilities is very much a science. So when you're going to the gym, making sure that your intention and your context is right, and that is developing an all-powerfulness within you. What you're doing, just like in yoga, is you're uniting with the divine. You're dropping the mind, you're dropping the body, and you're uniting with cosmic consciousness, Sadashiva, as we call it in Hinduism. And so what I really wanted to embed in all of the people that follow me, if you're going to the gym, I really want to emphasize the importance of the context of you uniting with Sadashiva, you uniting with cosmic consciousness, going beyond your body, empowering yourself to feel powerful and strong. One thing that I just came up with a saying, and I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm going to keep pushing this continuously now on this channel, is building the body is very much a yogic practice. Going to the gym is a part of this. And with that kind of understanding of doing something like Reps for Jesus, connecting to Sadashiva, the all-powerful creator of the cosmos, doing it in a way that I thought could really be a catchy phrase, going to the gym and connecting to the cosmic consciousness, the creator of the cosmos himself, with that intention, making sure that you move the weights not only to honor him, but to become him. Yes, you're lifting weights and doing this for him, but also to become him and embody all of his qualities as well. And so the phrase that I came up with is "sets for Shiva." So I'm going to hashtag this all over the place from now on. When you're going into the gym, having the right cognition, the right context of why you're going to the gym. You're doing it to offer this to Shiva, but to also embody Shiva. This is very much yoga. And so I actually created this shirt, Sets for Shiva. It's got the hashtag there with a cool logo with the Trishul behind it. Sadashiva is there. You guys can also wear these and rock these shirts. These can be the new Spiritual Bros shirt. Yeah, we'll rock some Spiritual Bros stuff in the gym. Now, if this is inspiring to you, you can order these t-shirts as well. I'll put the link in the description below for, I think it's teesprings.com/sets for Shiva with the number 4. And this is something I'm really excited about, because this is a movement ultimately for not just going to the gym with the context of, I want to look good and very materialistic focus. This is about you becoming the divine, embodying the divine, and building the body to hold and radiate that space of enlightenment. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? I promise you this is going to be the channel to help you develop the yogic body and really empower yourself to a level that you didn't think was possible. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, guys, looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Be blissful.